So, Dave, last week, let's do a quick recap. I went 5 for 6, raising my percent. I think I sent it to you. It was 65%. And you went 4 for 6, or no, sorry, 4 for 5 last week, right? Yes, you did. And that raises your percentage to 56%. So good job
Let's
by
go.
Dave.
Good comeback, Dave.
No, it's really been a great comeback by you, so good job there, Dave. Let's start right with the Red River rivalry, which I said it right this time, which is not an easy say. Oklahoma, Texas, matching up in the Cotton Bowl, so neutral site game, Dave. Texas favored by 6.5.
I know it's a rivalry game. I don't think Oklahoma is as good as their record shows them. I believe they're undefeated. I think Texas is better. I will take Texas to cover that touchdown, covering the 6.5. Brant, what about you?
This game always seems to be close. I don't know what it is about these two teams. It's got two of the top 15 teams this year. I do like Oklahoma this year. I like Oklahoma to cover the 6.5. I am not picking them to win, but I like it under a touchdown, so give me Oklahoma. I'll roll with the Sooners. All right, Dave. Maryland at Ohio State. I asked you this game because this is a hefty line. Ohio State laying 19.5. Large number for Bucky at home.
I'll cut you off right there. I'll take Maryland with confidence, plus 19.5. Maryland's defense is also better than people think. I'm not saying they're elite, but they're no scrubs either. This offense, people have talked about, right? You got Talia Tagovailoa, and hopefully I said that right. Pretty good offense humming along there. They're undefeated. I don't think they go into Ohio State and lose by 20 points. I think they can keep it within a couple of touchdowns. Might be close to that, but I'm going to give Maryland their respect this week and take them plus 19.5. What about you?
Dave, when I see a line like this, I think something really stinks, but I'm going to walk past the graveyard and just blindly ride with you. Let's go Terps. Let's at least make this a ball game in Columbus. All right. Two undefeated teams this weekend. We just talked about Georgia. A team nobody's talking about is the Kentucky Wildcats, 5-0, rolling into Athens this weekend. 14.5 is a large number, Dave. Do you like the dogs to cover it?
Nope, I don't. I'll take Kentucky plus 14.5. Brant, until you sent me that line actually kind of surprises me. Not by a ton. I mean, honestly, if it was like 13.5, like a little bit different story, but to win by more than 2 touchdowns, Kentucky's been pretty good this year. Like I can't say I've watched a ton of Kentucky football. I've watched the highlights though to know they're no scrubs, and they like. Yeah, I'll take them plus 14.5 against Georgia. Maybe this is the Georgia coming out party, though. Like, maybe this is their game that they just lay it on them and we start talking about them in a different light. Who do you got?
Dave, here's a little insight for you. Kirby Smart, well-respected coach. He says every single year, Kentucky's the most physical team they play. They are the toughest team they play. They're the most well-prepared team they play. I love Kentucky in this spot. I know it's a night game in Athens. I get it. But I don't think Georgia has shown me at all the blowout factor this year. I like Devin Leary and the Wildcats to keep it close enough. A name to keep an eye on, Dave, that a lot of people probably don't know. Ray Davis for the Kentucky Wildcats. Dude ran for like 200 yards last week against Florida. I mean, he's an absolute monster. Georgia doesn't have a running tack like they have had in years past. They have to throw the ball. I think that could hem them up this weekend. I like the 14.5 with Kentucky as well. All right, Dave, let's switch to the NFL. Panthers at Lions. Lions laying 8.5. Big number for the hometown team. Who do you like?
That's a big line. I like the Panthers here at plus 8.5. I mean, I think the Lions win this game. That's a big spread in the NFL. I know we say that all the time, but I think that's going to be difficult to cover that 8.5. And I think the Panthers are they're on the rise. They haven't won a game yet, but like I think they can keep this closer than that. So I will, maybe it's a late score at the end of the game, like a garbage score that helps them kind of backdoor, keep it in range. But I'll take the Panthers plus 8.5. What about you?
I do not like to go with you on all of these, but this one just stinks too. Like, I think that I have to go with the Panthers. 8.5, large number. Dave, we say it all the time. The NFL is a field goal league. Like, I will roll with the Panthers on this to keep it closer than 9 points. All right, Cowboys at 49ers. I would say, Dave, probably the game of the weekend. I believe it's Sunday Night Football, if I got that correct. Okay, 3.5 for the 49ers, laying those points. It's in San Francisco. Who do you like?
Brant, it is Sunday Night Football. It's definitely the game of the weekend. I think it's the game of the season so far, to be quite honest with you. And I think that I've picked against the Cowboys quite a bit this year, actually, when we've done this. But I'm gonna take them plus 3.5 here. I feel like this is a game where, like, it's regular season, so it's a different Cowboys team, and, like, it's going to be a defensive battle. Could be low scoring, to what I would kind of expect here. I am going to take the Cowboys with the plus 3.5 points. I think this is going to be a super good game, super close game. I think it's a coin flip, to be honest. I think it's a score towards the end of the game that gets this one. Brant, who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I hate to do this. We're either going to be celebrating next week so much. I honestly try to pick games that we don't always agree on, and I really thought we'd have some variance here. But, Dave, I'm right there with you. Like, I could see this as a 1, 2, 3-point game. Brock Purdy is good. Don't get me wrong. We just were kind of talking about how good he's been. But that defensive line, if they can get to Brock Purdy, I think the Cowboys could potentially win this game. Like, I don't think that they're just going to compete. I think they could have the lead at some point in this game. Cowboys very active linebackers to stay with the likes of a Christian McCaffrey. So give me the Cowboys plus 3.5. And that'll lead us into our lock, Dave. I love this weekend. The Ravens traveling to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Have you watched the Steelers this year, Dave? They're really, really bad.
Unfortunately.
I think they're thinking about starting Trubisky this weekend. I don't know for sure, but they've talked about it. Give me the Ravens to cover 3.5. I would love it more at 2.5, but I like the Ravens to travel there, get it done. Big divisional road game. The Ravens just dismantled the Browns this weekend. I mean, they absolutely torched them. I think the Ravens are rolling right now. Give me the Ravens to cover the 3.5 as the lock.